So a couple years ago, Ford reached out to my RTR team requesting our support, specifically myself and Chelsea's support, to help them develop electronic handbrake for the upcoming 7th generation Mustang. Obviously, Ford takes this type of stuff very serious. There was piles of paperwork. Once all that was done, we were given access to the test facilities, to the engineering teams. We got together, made a plan. Chelsea and I had multiple calls. We're on site and basically developed what you guys know now as the electronic drift brake in the all-new Mustang. So this vlog is effectively a small part of the story from that development. And it's just been so cool to work with Ford in this capacity, and the fact that they are committed to continue evolving the Mustang and enabling it to do all of the fun things that we want to do as drivers, whether it's drifting, road course, cruise the streets, drag race. It does it all. In my opinion, it's the most diverse sports car on the planet. But it's been awesome. And so I hope you guys enjoy a little look into the behind the scenes, working with the crew and making this product reality. Did you ever think in a million years we'd be at Ford
testing
on the VDA, setting up electric handbrakes for drifting? It's literally like driving for me. That's crazy. What is going on, friends? Chelsea and I just got to Dearborn, and we are about to hop in this transit shuttle bus to head across the street to the Dearborn Development Center, where we'll be having some fun with the brand new Mustang S650. When you guys will see this, we're basically in the future right now. So, but we're going to do some development. There's some amazing features that we're working on today, including electronic handbrake and other things. So we're bringing you along for the fun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to fly out here to meet us.
No worries.
All right, let's get to it. So just doing a quick orientation for the plan today. We will just basically focus on drift brake tuning today and playing with a little bit of calibration stuff, and then we will evolve it further based on what we learn. But this is really exciting. I was here 3 years ago and tested the ergonomics for the handbrake. So now to come back and feel it in a vehicle and help tune it and adjust it is really rad. And then the drift mode itself, the calibration elements of that we'll be able to tune over time is really exciting. Are you thinking about having it updated?
Yeah, I was going to update it for you right now.
Cool.
So you've got the proper steering color. It takes like 3 minutes.
Cool. So we made it to the VDA. So this is a wet pad normally, but it's too cold for wet. And then there's a VDA. It's split into two sides, the north and the south side of the VDA. And it's basically a giant skid pad. Pam, how big is the VDA asphalt? Do you know offhand? Pam's the boss lady around here, by the way.
42 acres.
42 acres of asphalt. That's like, what a dream. So like right now, like when I just pull this right now, I would like it to lock. Like I'm waiting for it to lock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It might be too much for some people to be that hard. So let's let Chelsea drive it as it was.
Okay, the original.
And see if he has the same feedback as me. But my gut says I want you to up those parameters 50%.
From where we first started?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Because like this is a lot to catch, right? When you do that,
yes,
it's a lot. And if your timing's not there, it's a lot.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like the customer it might be a little more to handle for them. So I'm curious Chelsea's feedback on that.
Okay.
This is so freaking cool.
What do you think of the chassis balance?
It feels really good.
Yeah.
Definitely can feel the bars.
Yep.
Definitely feel the bars. Like it's like right now, normally with these tires, I would put more grip in them.
Yep.
But I could lower it to get more side now that they're warm.
Yep.
Cause you see how it's kind of like over-rowing a little bit?
Yep.
I need to do a bit more, but it's a lot tighter.
Yep.
But like as far as like the connection,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I'm really curious what he's gonna say because that's been his biggest gripe with since we went to electronic power steering.
Yep. I think with the, like I said, with the ice shop, the faster ratio.
Yeah.
Staying warm for a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, thank you.
It's really cool.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't wait for you to feel it.
Sweet.
Go ahead, hop in, get your helmet.
You try different tunes.
Here's my jacket too, please. I feel like I'm gonna be.
Yeah. That's okay. It's not really open.
It might be, but it's Velcroed. I forgot to tell Vaughn that we should probably fix that. That's fine.
You want me to get out and push down on it, or?
It didn't come up last time.
Okay. All right.
There's a bunch of camo Velcro holding
Got
it
it.
down.
Okay.
It works.
It works. So yeah, it feels like there's a bit of a delay, but maybe it's just where it engages.
So I'll explain it because Vaughn had the same feedback. So basically, as you pull up, the farther you pull up, the more brake pressure you get.
Yep.
So very early on, you only get like 20 or 40 bar. And
Okay.
then at full travel, you get like 140.
Yep.
So I'll throw in a different calibration right now,
Okay.
which is light switch. So it's as soon as you pull up any amount, it's 140 bar across the board.
Got it. So I understand.
So I think the delay you're feeling is you're putting brake pressure on the rear axle. It's just not enough to lock. So you're not getting the vehicle response you want until you go.
Got
farther
it.
up in the
Before you do
travel.
that, can I try something else real quick then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, it works better if you just pull it. But it still feels like there's like that little bit of delay. So if you feel like the handbrake should be just a smooth pivot of the car.
Yep.
And what's happening is you feel the G of the turn in first and then the handbrake locks up. So
Yeah.
it's like the timing is a little off.
Okay.
But that other setting you have might just work better then.
Yeah, let's try that and see how it goes.
It's better for sure. The feel of this,
Mhm.
I would probably make it way more progressive in the feel. Like it light and then have a real heavy spot that's 100% locked, you know, like how
From
a
the-
regular handbrake would be. So like,
From perspective of the spring that's in
yeah,
it?
the feel of
Okay.
it. Like if I was trying to perfect that aspect of it, I would say it would be like pretty free until here.
Yep.
And then progressively getting stiffer
Yeah.
and not just like the spring feel, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so not used to not having any steering angle. It works.
It works.
It does work.
I was just telling them those crazy brake pads we've had to use forever.
Yeah, we don't need those
And we don't need those anymore.
You can have normal pads that don't turn your wheels black.
Did you feel lack of side?
Oh, yeah, there's too much air in the tires for sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was also like 5-6 handbrake pulls trying to mess it up and see if it would do anything,
Right.
and it didn't.
No, yeah.
At first we drove it with like the potentiometer.
Yep.
And
So what'd you think about that? I asked.
so I think that that's okay, but even with it on all the way, there's still a small delay.
Yep.
and that's like, I can feel the car G out and then the handbrake lock.
You mean when you flick? When you flick.
So the car turns in, does it, then locks. So that short delay I had to drive around.
Yep.
And then it was better when we went to the instant lockup one.
Yep.
But still same type of thing. So I think without the delay, the other setup might work.
So I think for you and I, the full lock immediately is great.
Yeah, not for the normal.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I want to do now, I was looking for you to give that exact same feedback that I had.
Yeah.
And what I'd like to do now is jump in with Colton and have him go up 50% on the potentiometer.
Yeah.
So where we're at 40, go up 60, 90 to 140.
That's what I was kind of explaining to him. I said like if you start at, let's say 20 bar, right? And it's 20, 30, 40, it should just go to a lot right after the first little bit.
Right.
So that way, like if you want to feel it, you can.
Right. Like the first 25% of pull.
Could be some of that, and then it would just instantly go.
Right.
off.
And then for wet as well, because you don't want that lock wet.
No.
But how rad is it just like being able to go just around like that little donut, like dude, and just.
It's funny.
It is.
I was like, yeah, once he turned it up all the way, you could just like one finger lock it.
I know, I'm so used to like just like trying to rip, like literally having the handbrake up here.
And the tension feel is similar to like a stock handbrake. It just doesn't have like a dead point.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so now Colton is making a change. Both Chelsea and I felt the brake cowl, and the base tune that we did, it was a little bit of a delay, and you had to pull it a little too much for it to lock from our perspective. So Colton now has increased how the handle reacts when you pull it. So we want to leave a little bit of wiggle room, because when it's wet, or if you're playing in the snow or the crappy surface, you don't need as much brake pressure. But we also want you to be able to get the max brake pressure in the rear to lock the rear when there's a lot of grip soon. So so you don't have to pull it all the way. So that's what we're testing now. This is exciting, man.
Yeah, this is awesome.
It's locking nice.
Yeah.
So I think, I'd want to test it in the rain.
Yeah.
Just to make sure it's not too much, but
yeah.
I really like that. So he wanted me to feel it with just track mode.
Okay.
Then he wanted me to feel it with one press.
Okay.
Then he wanted me to turn it off. All right. So now we're doing a just drift mode test without any nannies off. Okay. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm floored right now. All right.
So use
one
single
press.
push. Yep.
Okay.
That might give you a chance, but I don't think so.
Driving for me. It's literally like driving for me. What is going on? That's crazy.
Because I'm looking at the pressures too, and like on the front axle, you're getting like 60 bar of pressure, which is not small, and it's still allowing you to do it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm shocked. I can't wait for Chelsea to feel that. That just blew my mind. So we just went out and they were like, all right, I want you to try all the modes as they are. So I put it in regular drift mode, and nannies came on. Then I turned traction control off, just a single button press. And it was literally, it was holding me back, but in all the right ways for like a beginner. And then when you hold the traction control button and turn advanced track off, then all the nannies are off and it's like pro mode. But I did not think that the traction control single press was gonna do anything, because my experience is that it shuts you down immediately under yaw, but it actually does braking for you. It allows you to do donuts. It's absurd. Chelsea's got to feel this. That's absurd.
So this is your 8-point table.
Okay.
So 0% travel, and they're about like 12 to 15% handle position increments.
Okay.
So it was 40, 80, 100, and then 140 the rest of the way.
Okay. So if we do like 60 for X2.
Yep.
70 for X3. Because it'll just give a little bit more like feel to it.
Yeah.
But it should be enough to lock it if you actually pull it.
Yep. The Chelsea tune.
Well, I just feel like naturally people are gonna want to like creep up to the feel of it,
yeah.
And that didn't give you anything.
No, it's
like I'm trying to put myself in a consumer in a parking lot.
Yeah,
like I wonder how mad we can make this. I'm trying.
Yeah, I know, because you're going to watt, and it's not letting you do anything.
It's really good.
Alright, let me save.
I don't know the purpose for that, but other than saving your ass.
Yeah.
It's a little too invasive, but it will like let you exit a turn with some angle. Yeah. That makes sense. My entry just puts too much yaw in the car, basically.
Yeah. And you know what I bet it is? It's probably your yaw acceleration.
Oh, right.
Because a lot of our control is looking at that.
Right, you're like, why are you trying to accelerate while you're crashing?
Well, it's basically how fast you're yawing the car.
Okay.
And I think
the
it's
rate
because,
to yaw. Got
yeah,
it.
exactly.
I get it.
So, no, that's interesting. So.
Let me go forward. Okay. Yeah, it's just I like to drive at too much angle.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like I think it's just like I would say it's probably twice as invasive as it should be.
Yeah.
Like
that's the thing is, like, that's where if we end up getting that dedicated drift mode,
yeah,
we can make it whatever the hell we want.
Sweet. Hey, he has defeated me. He has ended my drifting by pressing a button. But no, it's working great. The car's amazing, honestly. With the traction control off, the steering feel I feel is way better than the previous gen. And the handbrake, now we've messed with the taper of how it applies actual pressure to the rear brakes. It's feeling pretty realistic at this point.
Did he go slow like I did with the TC off?
I was trying to get him to go slower because I know he was doing high speed stuff.
Yeah, just go.
I did go slow.
All right, go back real quick and just go through that slalom with just the TC off, first gear.
Don't do cool stuff.
And like keep it floored. And it's like a dude. It's like training wheels. You're fine. We're doing real good. We've been here for over an hour. We haven't even used a set of tires. What's going on? I don't even know you.
I flipped the cone back up. We're good.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it does work.
We're having fun.
Yes,
we're fun havers.
Yes, we are. Well, like, don't you think that would be good for an amateur, just to feel drifting?
Yeah, I think if it could be toned down 30%, it would be
the intervention.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
Yeah, it's neat. I didn't expect that.
Over cones though, because I don't really have control.
Eddie's always big on the souvenirs.
Yes.
This is a good one.
really feel like we got the handbrake pretty dialed. I know you made a couple changes.
Yeah, I changed it a little bit.
Yep. So you changed it from when I had it, so I'm excited to feel that. Normally your changes are pretty acceptable.
Yeah, it's nice. It feels, so I basically like got it to the point where I felt the right amount of tension, and that's where we put the locking of the wheel.
Okay.
So now it's a lot in the beginning, but not enough to lock it, and then it slowly ramps till it locks.
And that lot would probably be good to play in the rain.
Right.
Yeah, which we need to come back at some point.
Yeah. So it's like 60% right off the bat.
The cone killer.
Cone killer.
Did you ever think in a million years we'd be at Ford
Testing
on the
handbrakes.
VDA setting up electric handbrakes for drifting?
Yeah. As professionals.
Come a long way. As professionals.
If it would have been more of a steering tuning day, we would have gone through some tires.
Nice and slow.
Yeah.
Slapping cord.
Keep her below 20.
All right, friends. Well, that is a wrap for our fun with Ford doing new Mustang development stuff. Gotta love light travel days where you just travel with a helmet. I am so pumped with what was accomplished today, what we felt, and really just what Ford's doing and integrating into the new Mustang that you guys will be able to have straight off the dealer lot. So thank you, Ford, for having us out. Chelsea for coming out. So we're back at the Dearborn Development Center, getting ready to head over to the VDA. This is a follow-up from our previous test. A couple changes, a little bit of fuel change, engagement rate change on the handbrake. That's been was learned on the last test that the guys have fixed now, so we're validating that. And then it was too cold for a wet pad last time, so we're going to do wet pad to make sure that the changes that we've made with the gain on the electric handbrake are not too aggressive for the wet, and there's enough wiggle room there to have the engagement that you need for the wet and the dry. So we've got an EcoBoost as well as a V8 manual, automatic EcoBoost, V8 manual. We're going to go test both of them and hopefully make some magic. Everything is perfect. I mean, the handbrake feels it's electric, but it feels very it's very linear. It feels very connected. There's no disconnect like we felt originally in the original Cal. And then traction control, you know, there is some training wheels that people can, you know, feel drifting without actually, you know, just without any control, literally wide open, just turning and steering. It keeps the back end out a bit, gets you feeling a bit of control, just so anyone can have some fun. And then when you turn the traction control off, it's all there, it's all yours. And I was having a blast. We did a couple well over 100-mile-an-hour entries, and yeah, it felt amazing. Like, I'm so blown away. The front end of this car, you know, everyone has some, you know, perspective on the S550 front end. The S650 front end is like unfreaking believable. There's some self-steer that's back. It feels really, really good and stable. So I could not be happier. And I gotta say, it feels pretty cool to be a part of putting smiles on hundreds of thousands of people's faces that are future Mustang owners. So another horrible day in the office. Woo!